I was 24 when this happened. It was the summer of 2021, and I was driving from Reno, Nevada to Salt Lake City for a contracting job. I had done the route before, long stretches of desert highway, silent towns that looked frozen in time, and gas stations that seemed to exist just to remind you how far away you were from civilization. It was supposed to be a simple drive. 8 hours, maybe 9 with a stop for coffee. But that one night, something felt different. The air was heavy, even though the desert is usually bone dry. The sun had set about an hour ago, and my phone showed no service for miles. I had my headlights cutting through the black emptiness, a faint line of asphalt stretching endlessly forward. At around 11:40 p.m., I noticed a flickering neon sign in the distance. It read Jack's Last Stop, Gas and Diner. I didn't remember ever seeing it before, and I'd driven this exact route twice that year. But I was low on gas, so I figured it was pulling in. The place looked wrong, not in a horror movie way, more like it didn't belong in this decade. The sign was half lit, buzzing with that uneven hum old signs make. There was one gas pump, a tiny diner with dirty windows, and an old payphone booth standing next to a rusted pickup truck. No cars, no people, just this eerie silence that made even the wind sound louder. I stepped out and started pumping gas. The air was cold, unusually cold. I could smell something faint. Metallic, like rust or maybe blood, though I tried to tell myself it was just the old metal pump. Then I heard a faint sound behind me. A door creaking. I turned and saw the diner's door slowly swinging open. The lights inside flickered for a second, dim yellow against cracked tiles. I called out, "Hello? Anyone here?" No answer. Still, I went in, because my stupid brain thought maybe someone was inside who could take cash for the gas. The air inside was stale, like no one had opened. No answer. Still, I went in because my stupid brain thought maybe someone was inside who could take cash for the gas. The air inside was stale, like no one had opened that place in years. There were half-finished coffee cups on the counter, still there, covered in dust. I looked around. Booths torn open, an old jukebox in the corner, and a newspaper sitting on a table. The date caught my eye. April 14th, 1993. That's when I started to feel uneasy. As I backed toward the door, I noticed something in the reflection of the jukebox glass. A shape, faint, standing near the window. It looked like someone was outside, just standing there. I turned instantly, but the window showed nothing, just darkness. I got back to my truck, heart pounding. The pump had stopped, and I quickly closed the cap. When I climbed in, I realized something that made my stomach drop. The mileage counter had reset to 0,000,0. I didn't touch it. I drove off as fast as I could, headlights slicing. Night. For a while, I didn't look in the mirrors. I just wanted to get as far from that place as possible. But when I did, about 20 minutes later, I saw it. In the rearview mirror far behind me, there were headlights. Same distance, same position. They followed every turn I made, every speed change. No matter how fast I went, they stayed exactly the same distance back. Finally, after what felt like forever, I saw a small rest area sign. Highway rest, 1 mile. I pulled in fast, parked, and jumped out to see who was behind me. The road behind me was empty, completely empty. No car, no lights, no sound. Just that same cold wind. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes trying to calm down. Then I decided to take a short walk toward the vending machines, just to shake off the fear. But right before I got out of the truck, I saw something written on my windshield, in the dust that had gathered across it during the drive. It said, "Jack's Last Stop, open 24." Wows. The letters looked freshly written, like someone had used their finger only seconds ago. I didn't even think. I got back in and drove straight through the night, all the way to Salt Lake City, without stopping once. The next morning, when I told a coworker about what happened, he looked at me strange. He said, "Man, Jack's last stop burned down years ago. Some trucker fell asleep smoking inside. Whole place caught fire. They said nobody made it out." He even pulled up an old article. Same place, same sign, same name. The date of the fire? April 14th, 1993. The same date on the newspaper I saw on the diner table. I drove that same route 2 more times since then. Never saw the sign again. Not even the remains. It's like it was never there. Sometimes when I'm driving late and I pass those empty roads, I still glance at the rearview mirror just to make sure. And sometimes, I swear, I still see those headlights. The same distance behind. Never closer.